Well, hey there, everybody. We're back for some more Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Continuing the playthrough of our Viking saga. To follow along with Eivor as he slaughters guards, pillages and plunders monasteries, shatters mineral nodes to obtain iron ore, and generally lots of other video game related type things. You know, stealth assassinations notwithstanding. But there will only be one axe head. I'm not Axehead. We met Axehead. We met Axehead early on. Poor Axehead. That was a crying shame. And Hot Tamale did my PlayStation crank up into overdrive. Feeling pretty good. Done with work for the day. Don't have to worry about that till tomorrow. I've had a chicken pot pie. And it was a rather delightful chicken pot pie. A Marie Callender chicken pot pie, mind you. Although I do kind of like the beef one a little bit more. Even though the meat has like a questionable sort of consistency to it. We won't worry about that. It's edible, right? Or it says on the box that it's edible. And a delightful Pepsi to wash it all down with. Regular Pepsi versus regular Coke. Pepsi takes it. You start adding the flavors to it, and cherry vanilla Coke will come out on top. That's just my opinion. There's no scientific fact behind it. Take that for what you will. For I am not the end-all be-all of beverage comparisons. All right. So we left off here, and we were investigating the murder of this dude. Ooh. So there's that some stuff over there. That's there. Okay, so how about... Man, we are surrounded by everything.
Should the Reeves change their minds, I will have to gut them and put a puppet atop London's throne. Stowe seems a good man. I will trust his word.
It's so nice to know that Eivor is so ready and willing to commit heinous atrocities. But... Viking. It's how it is, I guess. There's a key over there. Oh, my bad. My bad. Sorry. And this says... Business notice. You have come to the domain of Maximilian of Alundium, city's premier collector of ancient treasures. Despite what the deluded Octavian claims, I will return to my villa by dusk of the morrow. All inquiries can be left in the post box. So that door is locked. There is... Why is this a key thing here? The door is barred. Let's see. Need a little elevation. Can we get the... Can we... Nope, drop down, please. We'll revisit that. There's a vendor over there. There's armor or gear over this way. So, why don't we see what this piece of gear is all about? It is down below. But how do we get there? It's apparently right there. So let us find a way inside this little house.
Condemnabitur inconvenientes calciamentas sunt mihi. Ono...
The Temple of Mithras. Well guarded for a tangle of old ruins. I need to find the entrance.
And what's this note say? Propaganda. London for Londoners. Brothers, are you tired of all the women and work snatched up by outlanders? Worry no longer, for you are not alone. There's a symbol at the bottom. How the hell can I get in there? You know, it needs to be just straightforward. Just let me smash my way in. Oh, wait a minute. What's this over here? There's more stuff. There's stuff everywhere. Let's see. And I'm on fire. So there's... Sorry. So there's no way in this way. Man.
They will attack the site.
Okay, carry this guy, dump him in the leaves.
Come for you.
Okay, so the moderately stealthy portion of things did not exactly go according to plan. All right. So that's out of the way. Now the murdery bit's done. Okay. And we'll assassinate that one. This is going significantly better than, say, the castle. Okay. There's a lot of explosive or flammable liquids. Perhaps oils and such. Quick little scan around. Oh, there's even more stuff over there. Okay. A lot of the chests in the previous games used to be like on porches like this. There's something below. But how do we get down there? We don't want to go swimming through the poo water. Okay. Yeah, that's some serious poo water. Okay.
The guards here are vigilant.
The guards here are dead. Okay, here's the entrance. Okay. All right. Okay. Anybody here? Temple of Mithras. Okay, come on. Jump down. Alright, let's see. Okay. So, missing a little bit of the dialogue previous to heading in here, I'm not exactly quite sure what I'm supposed to be doing. Anything behind there?
Tools for surgeon, finely crafted, like we found in the villa. And there's a letter here, arranging payment to a blacksmith.
Who is behind the order? None of your pots are safe. Eivor, destroyer of pottery.
The compass holds sway over the others. He has ordered the arrow to recruit archers in a market to the west. Worth a visit.
Recruitment orders. Arrow. We must increase our strength to stage our coup. Drum up some support from the layabouts at the West Market. Archers are needed in force. Lotor, how are you this evening?
The other side is barred.
Barred door. Okay, that's back to the... That is fantastic to hear. Get everything over here. I read that note. Saw that stuff. Oh, really? Are they doing any curfews or just shutting down restaurants? What's going on? Luckily, indoor dining is still taking place here. Although we've seen curfew of 10 o'clock, indoor dining shuts down at 9:30. That's gonna make things difficult. Ooh, treasure. Shield. Huh. Yeah, I mean, a curfew really doesn't exactly affect me because I'm in early enough and sit in front of a computer for the rest of the night, playing video games and whatnot. And then I get up ridiculously early in the morning.
Messages between the Leech and the compass. Healing, gutting. The Leech is a strange one, but the compass calls to strikes.
Governor Trigger means to interfere with our work. We must eliminate him now and make a grand show of it. Take his head if you desire, and serve his eyes to the river eels. His head and eyes will remain with me, for they greatly aid my work. We are the wet machines of an early age, and there is nothing about us that cannot be improved with effort and pain. Alright, that guy's kind of weird. Oh, no kidding. Yeah. See, that's the good thing. That's a very good thing.
I've got enough to go on for now. Okay, and Stowe must see all this. I see more bloodshed in London's future. At least Lunden will feast.
Yeah, I've got a co-worker who, he's got, I believe it's called Lynch syndrome, and the amount of cancer drugs they put into him on a consistent basis just so that, like, he doesn't have all kinds of stuff just start flaring up and spreading to his organs or anything like that, gave him lupus, actually. But he's one tough son of a bitch, that's for sure. And it sounds like you are as well, so... You know, and the amazing thing is, like, you can... Well, there's always a choice. Everything has a choice behind it. But it always surprises me the people who have gone through the biggest struggles have some of the most just incredible attitudes, and I don't know, it's something about them. I know my friend at work, he is a force of indomitable will and spirit, and it is one of the most admirable things that I can possibly say. And it's pretty incredible. Why is there a fox running around here? What? And I think if you lose your sense of humor, what else, you know, it is there? One of the last final things to, you know, pull from the fabric that is a person. Nah, that's still awesome to hear. And yeah, that's pretty incredible. Now, when you have your Masonic Lodge closed down, do you end up doing the meetings any other way? Do you do, you know, online Zoom meetings, or how does that work? Because with the lodge, there's a lot of ritual and a lot of things to do, right? Okay, where am I headed back to? I think I'm headed back to the villa. I'm listening. I may be playing video games, but I am listening.
It's worth knocking on a few doors, that's all I'm saying.
Trigger wasn't killed because you want to plant a few trees and fix a few roofs in Lunden.
Looks less like a meal for crows in here.
Hey, boy. You bring good findings, I hope?
A few sheets of vellum. Notes between members of a secret society. The Order of the Ancients, they are called.
Order of the Ancients? Doesn't sound any bells in this head. What's the purpose?
That would take some time to explain. But know this.
You're right.
That I'm
Yeah.
here to kill them.
Yeah, Lotor, you're absolutely right.
Is the head. The arrow and the leech are his hands.
Pet names and secret orders. What a crock. We know anything we can act on.
The leech has need of flesh. Been looking for thralls, though I cannot say why.
We found a number of dead down by the quays lately. But not thralls alone. Some of them missing we find again, in several places. Cut to pieces.
Good lord, Eric.
The arrow is a Dane, who has seen his share of battle. His name suggests he is an archer.
I bet my knuckles he's the one sowing discord among the Danes that shelter in Lunden.
If it were me, I'd hide among my ranks, surrounded by other fighting men.
The arrow has orders from the compass to recruit soldiers and mark it in the west.
I know the very place.
That is incredible. And that's admirable. And that says a lot about you. And that's very cool. And I am certainly glad that our paths have crossed and that somehow we get to engage and communicate, and I get to learn a little bit about you and you get to learn a little bit about me, and it's all because of, you know, this one cool stream that all of these people that we met have, you know, crossed paths in. And it's really awesome. Let's see.
The compass is a mystery. He is mentioned often, but there is little to go on.
Said he was a Frankish captain, did you? To find him, we'd have to mark the ships that came and went along the Thames.
Captains are a transient sort. It may be he's far away, keeping quiet.
That may be, but would he scream if we cut off his hands?
Oh, you've a filthy mind for strategy.
Kill the arrow and the leech, then sit back and wait. Let the compass come to us.
Eivor, he's a smart one.
Let us not waste any more time. We'll find the arrow and Leech. Killing both should drag the compass back into port. Stowe, I will catch you at the Western Market.
Count on it.
And I'll make for the keys. There's another few bodies there to fish out of the muck.
It could be the Leech who's back at work.
God be with us, friends. Go in his
No
name.
kidding.
Be protected by him.
Now, where did he say he was from again? I missed that part. But it was very impressive, and I am nothing but amazed at these cool little Mondays. Okay, Kentucky, all right. I am nothing but amazed at these cool Monday, Twitch Tribe days that we have, and the people who are in them, and the variety of skills and interests and passions that they all pursue, and are more than happy to share all the cool things that everyone does. And it's not lost on me, I'll put it that way. Oh, skill points. We want heavy damage, Adrenaline Fiend. What was your first one? Was it Atari or the Commodore? Pong. Okay. Yep. I am an Atari 2600 was my first game system. And from there, I can probably remember basically all the ones that I got. I like that you can attach a date to it. That is fantastic as well. Okay. Bleeding the leech or firing the arrow? Let's go down by the docks and try to find the leech. Atari 2600. I think I had a Texas Instruments type of computer at one point in time. Then there was the Nintendo, Sega Genesis, TurboGrafx 16, Super Nintendo, PlayStation, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4. I always went with the PlayStation. Oh, Yom's Viking. And a fast travel location. Fantastic. This is a burly fellow. Vagan the Mad. Let's recruit this guy. Ah, okay. Okay. Alright, so I have to head this way. Oh, letter. The stink worse than garum. Do you smell that, Londoners? It's the filth of moral decay. And it's worse than garum. Only you can help clean it up. Report any suspicious activity to Traeger's Traeger's, I think it's Traeger's office, and keep your own nose clean. Moya Surfer Dude, hello. How are you? I am well. It is very nice to see you. I hope all is well in your end of the world. That's very fantastic to hear. All right. Now let's start investigating the murder.
Is this Leech's work?
Yeah. New corpses every day.
That is a pile of bodies.
How many bodies is that now?
You're out of lockdown tomorrow? That is awesome.
How can you be sure?
Oh, Lotor, you'll have to let me know how the new Warcraft is. That's right, you've been playing.
Must be hundreds of people passing by here each day. Anyone see them dumped?
It's the riverbank, Vinod. Every crooked dealing in this city goes through here. Heard from Stowe yet? About the arrow?
The Leech is my focus just now. Does something worry you?
No, just checking up on the old Sparrowhawk.
You two are close.
Things are not looking so good for us over on this part of the world.
Yeah. Close like brothers, you could say.
Erke! Tell me it wasn't her!
It wasn't your daughter, dear Kida. Take a breath.
Oh, thank Freya. I have such a fear I will find her down here. She works errands for a smith who sends her to these docks. Most times at night. I cannot stand it.
She works for a blacksmith. Do you know where?
Never told me his name, nor where
Now,
he hangs.
what do you do for work?
Tight-lipped about everything, this stubborn girl. I haven't seen her in 2 days, and feared the worst. In London, you must always fear the worst.
What sort of job did she have?
Ran errands and the like. She would make a delivery, trade it for hack silver, and scurry back to her smith.
Do you know the name of the man?
Nay, but I wish I did. I would box his ears and harvest his nuts.
Anything else you remember?
I had a neighbor once tell me she saw him, lingering for a time under the London Bridge. Worried me sick hearing that.
That is a good place to start. Thank you, Kida.
A shady split, a missing child. It's a lead with some weight.
London Bridge after sundown. It's worth a look.
Good. I'll hang about here and keep things calm. And Ava,
Ah, that's right.
drop your guard around these stuff.
Yeah,
Like one who could.
that is really unfortunate. And with so many people staying home and having to, everybody having to look after kids and just, yeah, everything.
I trust you will find my Regla. There is nothing for me without her.
What's this? I think it was probably close to almost 2 months where I couldn't see my nephew. And that was difficult. That was not fun at all. Because me and the little guy get along pretty damn good. And I am the fun uncle. Yeah, you are 100% right. And it's just really cool that the different people have met and come together, and just it's a really neat experience. Let's see. Leading the Leech. Find the contact's meeting point. He only shows up at night. Yeah, I'm happy that things are, I wouldn't say normal, but I have a job to go to. Which is like the only thing I go and do lately. And every now and again I get to see my nephew. And that's pretty important. Yeah, this game, the graphics are incredible. And my stream should be coming through at like 1080. Yeah, so my stream should be like 1080 HD. Have to wait till nighttime. Alright, so if I have to wait till nighttime, I'm going to go hit up this vendor. There's also a pretty robust camera mode. So if I want to, I just hit the thumbsticks and we can kind of back out, zoom away. And it's just, it's cool. And not only are the graphics good with this game, but the soundtrack is worth a listen to by itself. I mean, it's just phenomenal. The soundtrack is just amazing. What are these people doing? Kicking the tar out of each other. Yeah, it's probably one of the more fun camera modes that I've seen. The one for Borderlands 3 is actually really decent.
Welcome.
Let's see what we can sell.
Always good to have.
Royal Guard Shield, Viper Bow. Yeah, I played a lot of Borderlands 3. That was a good game. It's better when you've got people to actually play the game with.
Thank you. I always need more of these.
Don't
This
have
is coming
any.
handy. I hope to see you again soon.
I must take
Yeah,
my
Borderlands 3, you have 4 players total. It's pretty fun. It's got a weird sense of humor. This game, however, has a very quirky sense of humor, and I definitely admire just how odd it can be at times. Console gaming is the only gaming that I've done. Well, I mean, I can't say completely, but I used to play a lot of Warcraft back in... Let's see, I played Warcraft all the way up until... Cataclysm? Was Cataclysm or Mists of Pandaria first? Because I played both of those. I think it was Cataclysm and then Pandaria. Oh, a dude.
I must be careful.
Let's go find stuff. Oops. We've been found. We've been had. The Assassin's Creed games definitely get better as they go along. They have some amazing story to them. And Assassin's Creed 2 has one of the best protagonists out of any video game series that I've... Ah, crap. This needs a key. It's got one of the best video game protagonists, hands down, with Ezio. World of Warcraft was fun, and it was at a time when it actually created a... And it's funny, too, because where we've got the Twitch stream, and it creates a sense of community, the World of Warcraft did the same in a lot of respects.
Throw the dog off.
I had friends in Western Canada, and it was really cool because they were 2 hours behind us, but we would align our times for play, for raiding, all kinds of stuff. Load up the voice server and just have a good time. Have an amazing time. Alright, and I've apparently got myself into a rather big pickle here. No, leap off of whatever it is that we're doing. Yeah, World of Warcraft, I definitely have to say, was a fun time. I played an undead warrior, so I was a tank. I was the tank, and it was interesting to really be the guy who led from the front, who was the one who had to rush in before anybody else, who had to fight like hell to make sure everybody survived. Alright, stop. I'm gonna get this guy. Yeah, but Tomb Raider is a fantastic game as well. That's something that's, you know, worthwhile to play. Yep. Still ringing the bell. See, the thing is, Call of Duty, I don't know. I feel weird about games like Call of Duty. I am not a very hyper-competitive individual, and those games kind of lend themselves towards a very competitive mindset, and that's just not my thing. But I mean, there's still plenty of other people who that is their thing. That is the one thing that they wait for to come out on that schedule to get that game and play that game. And more power to them. That's definitely cool. I like those really neat puzzle-style games, and one of the ones that I find is really good was Darksiders. Darksiders was great. It was a big platforming puzzle game. A lot like a very combat-heavy version of something like The Legend of Zelda. And Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past was probably one of my favorite Legend of Zelda games. And that game was so good. That game had so much. Y'all don't need a bell, do you? Ah, yeah. Spyro the Dragon. That's for sure. The original Zelda was very cool. Original Nintendo. The game itself was... the Nintendo cartridge was gold. It was like a bright, shiny gold cartridge. And... oh, blacksmith's hammer. Okay. If you can find one of those games, they're worth a lot of money. Blacksmith's hammer. Oh. Heavy critical hits knock enemies on the ground. Oh, that's a cool hammer. Block damage, headshot damage. Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past was for the Super Nintendo, and it was so much fun to play. So much fun. Let's upgrade that, and we'll do it again because we can. I've got a ton of materials, so upgrading this stuff is kind of why not. And then let's see what materials I have left over. Oh, okay, yeah. So 3,000 leather and 2,500 iron ore. There's actually a... oh, there's a letter over here. Letter. Bottlesburg was built by Bottleson, one of the three great jarls of London. He was a peacekeeper, and for his spinnings and peacekeeping survived the other jarls of his time. From him came three sons, Bjorn, Erike, and Thor, and two of his sons perished of the great sickness. Yeah, so there's two different ways to upgrade your weapons. Or, well, you need to kind of do two different methods. So there's what I did, which I can do, and if I can get down on the ground here, I'll show you. So each of your pieces of gear have those slots in them, and that represents how much you can upgrade it. So now my upgrade button is grayed out, which means I can't upgrade it anymore. So what I actually have to do is go back to the blacksmith, who will then upgrade it from this quality weapon to a tier higher. But it takes different materials each time. So then that allows me to fill in more of those blocks with upgrading through materials and stuff like that. So the blacksmith changes the appearance of the weapon and gives you the ability to upgrade further. I like the new hammer that I just picked up. Alright. Is it... I have to wait for the... Use lift. Sure, why not? Whee! So I have to wait for dark to be able to find the contact. There's still a lot of ways to traverse undetected. I was never really a big fan of Assassin's Creed 3 because that was the one set around colonization of the New World. You've got the British Empire, Boston, New England, and it's cool because out of like some of the big releases of games, there's been a couple of ones that have basically focused on this game. It's slightly difficult because this city is huge, but I've got this nifty little compass up top which tells me, it gives me all the, like, this is where my quest is, that's where the nearest, like, watchtower thing is, there's all the vendors and stuff that are scattered around here, and then we have this map, which, it's not really the best of maps, but you have a fairly decent idea of where you're supposed to be going and what you're supposed to be doing. So with that said, this being London right here, and it's huge, this is the southern portion, and we go all the way up to the northern portion up there. And there is so much. Actually, I could go get that. That's what I could do.
I heard the Gilded Sparrow was carrying more in candies and spice from us.
This harbor houses sunken treasure.
Yeah, the current's too strong to pull the wreck out, so we're left to lament the loss. You interested?
I am a strong swimmer. I fear no cold, current, or dringer of the deep.
Then by all means, we can scrape together a reward fit for the cargo's rescue.
Yeah, and that is just England. Believe it or not, there is an Asgard map. So, Asgard, home of the Norse gods, Odin, Thor, Freya, Tyr, all of those guys, they're there. And then there's Norway, which is not nearly as large because it's kind of the starting area. I like the size of this game. It's pretty cool. And then we can swim.
That must be the corpse of the Golden Sparrow that merchant mentioned.
What am I supposed to... Yeah, and swimming is always weird in games like this, because I always feel like I have to be holding my breath when my character is holding my breath, and it really doesn't kind of agree with me. Okay. But I've played games like Skyrim. Yeah, he definitely runs out of air.
Guess you'll have to go fishing for the rest of the treasure.
What was it?
A message in a bottle.
Hid a necklace in a cow's stomach.
Hid a necklace in a cow's stomach. Guess you'll have to go fishing for the rest of the treasure.
Interesting. But yeah, I've played games like the Fallout series of games, Fallout New Vegas, Fallout, was it Fallout 4? Fallout 4 was for the PlayStation 4. Fallout 3, you know, Skyrim, big open world games like that, and each one adds a little bit, and each one does something really, really good. One of my personal favorites, though, is still, and I will say it all the time, is Red Dead Redemption 2. That is one of my favorite games for the sheer amount of atmosphere. Skyrim, even though it's an older game, I think it's like 7 years old at this point in time. But the environment of that game is a living, breathing world in which your character exists in. Another drums Viking? Or did I already recruit this guy? Yeah.
Take me on. I will show you feats of strength to rival for
plunder, glory, and Valhalla.
Yes. Yes, indeed. All the Valhallas. Yeah. I would highly recommend a game like Skyrim. Anything in here? Oh, the key over this way.
This place is heavily guarded.
Oh, that's that place I can't get into. Yeah, we'll not worry about that for now. Skyrim is a game, and it's a lot like this, where you can really play however you want. If you want to be a wizard who wears robes and wields giant two-handed weapons, you can. What the hell happened here? There's a guy over there. Why can't I get there? Oh, okay. What's this guy about?
I hear you. What is wrong?
Thank the gods! I wanted to get the new shipment done early.
and accidentally boxed myself in.
If that is all, I can get you out.
Not so fast. Avoid breaking the jars. The sauce is delicious. It smells like a sun-soaked fish box.
All right then.
Please, make a path through the jars so I can get out. And don't break any. The smell is awful.
Huh. Where am I going to put all this stuff? Yeah, games that are very open like that are, yeah. I like games that have gear and inventory and a crafting system. Skyrim definitely has a very interesting crafting system. You can make armor, weapons, jewelry, enchant weapons, enchant armor, enchant rings. All the spells you can cast. You can throw lightning around, or you can raise the undead and have them fight for you. Also, sometimes this game gives you just a little bit of busy work to do. And it's kind of funny. Like, this guy boxed himself in, and somehow I am supposed to pick up all of these jars of stuff without breaking them. Or at least try to. Okay. Oh god, there's more jars. Fallout 4, even though I don't feel it's one of the better games in the giant open world category, there's only so much you can do with a post-apocalypse. There's only so much you can fill a blasted hellscape of radiation. And it just... There's not a ton to do. But it has one of the better crafting systems. And it has one of the best settlement building systems of pretty much any game around. It's like The Sims, but in a post-apocalyptic wasteland. Okay. Oh my god, there's even more. What the hell? I have to carry out all these jugs for this guy. This guy seriously got himself boxed in. Well, it's not that it's a bad game, but in terms of longevity and the ability to just simply wander around and do stuff, Skyrim, hands down, takes the cake. You can get lost forever in Skyrim because of the sheer amount of stuff to do. Fallout 4, it eventually, the well runs dry. This game seems to have struck a pretty good balance between weird little side quests and like story bits, plot bits, various different long overarching things to do. Holy crap, dude. there's some really long, drawn-out stuff. The zealots I have to fight, who look like, you know, massive armored crusaders that wander the landscape. Then there are the three sisters who I have to fight, which apparently those fights are very difficult and are best saved for a much higher level. Did I get them all? Oops.
Burry's balls. That is foul.
Oh, I missed one. Why is it dark all of a sudden in here? Is it because it's getting actually dark outside? So do that. And then...
Thank the gods you've unblocked me.
Yes. We've unblocked him.
Just a few broken. But the smell will be here for weeks. Still, you have my thanks.
Okay. Alright, so now technically, find the contact's meeting point. Hide behind the crate. Alright, so that means I think I can go... Oh yeah, because now it's dark. But I'm also so close to that point right there. We'll deal with that later. That's one of my favorite parts of the games, the synchronization points. How about Breakfall? Because that's not a bad idea. Melee damage. So that's more Raven damage. How about Hammer Mastery? Perfect. Then we'll go Light Attack, Melee, and Breakfall. So it won't hurt nearly as much when we fall off of things. Because that has a tendency to happen a lot. And I'm not sure how much Eivor's ankles can take. I'm not sure how much my ankles can take watching the whole thing. And hide. If only it were that easy. I hope I don't have to chase this dude down. Oh, I'm gonna have to stay stealth, aren't I?
Best follow him. See where this leads.
Yes, of course. Come on.
Can't this clock walk any faster?
Ugh, yeah, ankles, I can't even imagine.
Careful now.
There's some good old-fashioned wrestling footage from years gone by that there's some pretty gruesome injuries. Like a dude jumping off the top rope only to have his ankle fold at a complete 90-degree angle underneath of him. I think that was Sid Vicious.
Is this the place? No, just me.
Oh.
Fuck off!
My bad.
I should be cautious.
That's cautious enough, right? Find and interrogate the blacksmith. Ooh. Yeah, I can't even imagine. Yeah, just... And in this game, when you leap off some giant tree or a building or something. Hello, blacksmith.
You got the purse I'm on. Huh? Who the fuck are you?
Let's use some charisma.
Your money's with your lad.
What have you to do with him?
I'm keeping him safe. Had a fear he was being followed.
I knew he was soft. Not like my other girl. She was hard as hot's breath, that one.
What happened to her?
Fell ill a few days back. So I sent her to a good Sister Frida's with. Healer in town.
Sister Frida's with.
Got broken bones? A boil on your bum? Or too much birth blood? She'll mend you quick.
She would need a broad set of tools for such work.
She would, and she has it. Comes to me for all her wants, and I craft for her what she needs.
Yeah, that's... well, I should probably pay attention to what we're doing here.
Keep focused. Locked up.
Boom! All right. Yeah, well, I'd imagine anything on, like, ice skates is pretty brutal. Well, the gear certainly helps, too. Alright. So we found that guy. We need to go there. What's that? Okay. Find and assassinate the Leech. That's where I have to go. I've broken a wrist on a four-wheeler. I've had my elbow cut open by a brake disc on a go-kart. had second-degree, well, the equivalent of second-degree burns from the road rash I got sliding along the ground. Some interesting stuff. Stomp. Astro hockey? What is astro hockey? I don't think I'm familiar. Gold down there. There's so much stuff just all over the place. Else down here. Ah, but there's a target over there. I have to find whoever this Leech is. Who's that? Hey, whoa, bringer. And throwback. Yes. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's got to definitely be interesting on the ankles. Alright, so we go this way. Seems like as good a way to proceed as any. Oh. Oops. They're my ankles. So it's below me. So how do I get... Ooh. Okay. Huh, okay. Oh, the big dude's got the key.
This area is off limits.
This area is off limits to normal people. Ah!
For you!
Alright. That is the swamp chest key that we've obtained. Ow.
Slithering away. Over there!
Bye-bye. Alright. So needless to say, I have to get in here. Which... Nope. It's not an entrance. There's also no entrance back there. No entrada, por favor. So it must be... Oh. Hello, corpse just floating. Is... I guess we dive? Unlock chest. Nickel. Yeah, I was never too much of a sports type. Like, at all. I mean, I could do it if I had to, I just kind of never wanted to. Okay. I think what I'm going to do is, before I get into a giant, long, protracted, pitched battle with another mini-boss at the leg of this juncture, I am going to take a break for a bit, probably grab some real food, and might get ready for that other stream that's coming up at 8 o'clock for the rather awesome Gigi Edgley. So, I super appreciate you coming along and hanging out, Moya Surfer Dude. Always fun to talk to you. I enjoy it immensely. And I will catch you in about an hour or so. And if there's anybody else who's in the stream who's watching, who has yet to hit that follow button, it was great having the opportunity to talk to you about the game and let you see some of the goofy tomfoolery I engage in and talk about other gaming related things. But yeah, if there's anybody else who hasn't hit that follow button yet, give it a click, hit the follow button. It would be super awesome if you did, and then you can watch and find out when I'm streaming, because it's usually about the same time throughout the week, 5:30, 6 o'clock, you know, that sort of thing. But yeah, for now, I'm going to kind of take a break, and yeah, we'll go forward from here. Thanks again, everybody. And Moya Surfer Dude, I will catch you when I catch you, and don't be a stranger. Pop in anytime you see me on. And yeah, have a great night, or morning, or afternoon, or summer solstice, like whatever it is for you guys over there. Take care.